You want to make some fun cocktails for Easter? Stick around, got a great video for you. Hi, I'm Tim from Elma Wine and Liquor. Before we jump into today's video, I'd like to ask you to take 2 seconds and click the like and subscribe buttons down below so that you can stay up to date on all of our new videos. And now we will jump into our special Easter Infusions episode. What is an infusion? It is taking a alcohol and putting something into it. In today's case, we're going with an Easter theme, jelly beans and Peeps. This is going to be unique. I don't know how it's going to turn out, so we're going to jump in and give it a try. So the first thing we do when making infusions is get some mason jars. I've already pre-sorted. I decided to do some colors on these jelly beans, and we're going to try them with a couple different products. So first is vodka. Vodka is an easy liquor to use for infusions because it's generally flavorless and odorless. It can blend well, mix well with a lot of different items out there. This is Tito's vodka, which you're probably familiar with. It's one of the more common ones out there. So I have my jelly beans in there, and I'm gonna fill that up a little bit. You can go as high or as low as you want. It doesn't really matter. Since I'm just experimenting here, I'm gonna go a little more. And you could fill them up all the way. You could put more jelly beans. You could put less jelly beans. It's really kind of however you feel like doing it. And then I'm going to put the lids on those and give it a little stir. And what I'm going to do, well, first I'm going to do the next batch. So next up, I have a rum. But this is not just any rum. This is 151 proof rum. The reason we decided to go with a higher proof rum is because rum is generally sweet already. It's made with molasses or sugar cane, and so it's usually sweet to start with. So decided that with the jelly beans in particular, since the jelly beans are basically all sugar, we'd go with a higher proof rum so that it's not overly sweet, and then we could use this to mix into cocktails. This is Diamond Reserve Demerara Overproof Rum from the El Dorado Distillery in Guyana. We got that all set. Those a mix. And that a little mix. And we will let those sit there while we move over to our next Easter theme fun project. Is we're going to take some Peeps and put them in this jar. Small disclaimer, I can't stand Peeps. I think they're disgusting, but I know a lot of people like them, or at least I see them all over the grocery stores this time of year, so I assume that people like them. Got some Peeps in there, and I am going to use Michter's small batch bourbon. Decided to go with bourbon with the Peeps because of that vanilla marshmallow center of the Peeps. Bourbon tends to have that little bit of vanilla characteristic already. We thought maybe it would make a unique blend. So pour that bourbon in there, put the top back on, and again, you can fill this higher, lower, doesn't matter, and give it a little bit of shake. And we will let those Peeps soak. So now with an infusion, kind of depending on what type of product you're doing or infusing, you could do this with herbs and spices. You can do it with candy, as you see me doing here. Kind of really anything you want. It's an experiment. You can try what you want. But what I recommend doing is every day or two, at least, give it a little shake. Pick it up, mix it around every so often. And it probably doesn't need again, depending on the type of product, it doesn't need a ton of time. A couple days is usually probably good enough. You can actually already see that sugar breaking down in this, in that rum. A little bit less so in the vodka. That could be because I put more vodka in. That could be because the alcohol content is higher in here and really just starting to burn through those sugars pretty quick. But I want to keep mixing it up so that it gets the full imparted flavors. Those Peeps look like they're already breaking down too. So this will be fun to see. We'll come back to them shortly and see what the results are. Voila, we're back. We let our infusions age for a couple weeks. As I said, a couple days probably would have been good enough. We just let it go a little bit longer to see what would happen. Over here, we have our vodkas with the two different colored jelly beans. You can see on the bottom, the sugar has settled quite a bit. Jelly beans are stuck. These might not have gotten shaken enough. So, like I said, make sure you're shaking them every day or so. I guess we'll open one up and see. It's interesting. It smells like a fruit drink, like a tang or something of that nature. It's very interesting, especially I guess these are orange jelly beans, so that tangy kind of aroma. Very sweet. Those jelly beans definitely broke down. The sugar is mixed in with the vodka. Orangey, orangey vodka. I would throw it on ice with some club soda. Would probably be the way to go with that. This one smells like Kool-Aid. The red jelly beans. Yeah, definitely strong, like Kool-Aid tropical punch, or berry, not like berry fruit punch kind of thing. Sweet, viscous, sugary, not surprisingly harsh from the vodka. Same kind of thing. You might want to just throw it with some club soda on ice. Make a fun Easter cocktail. Garnish it with a jelly bean or two. Fresh jelly bean, not those degraded ones that are sitting in there. That could be fun. This one probably didn't get shaken enough, but maybe the rum just did something different to it. This one is a little bit more mixed up, but we will give this get a little bit more of a lemony aroma on this one. Definitely get a lot of that jelly bean characteristic. It tastes like jelly beans. I didn't take a huge sip because it is 151 proof rum, but a lot of sugar in there, so it's broken it down a lot. Or it's not as strong feeling or overpowering because of all that sugar in it now. So it makes it a little bit more unique. I almost wonder if you could make a mojito with that has that little citrus in it too. That could be an interesting combination with that, like a little fun tropical mojito flavored for Easter. This one has a little bit more berry aroma. I'm not going to take another sip of 151 proof rum right now, but it has that very tropical fruit kind of thing, like the red vodka one did. Maybe club soda as well, maybe a mojito. Maybe look up some other tropical, or I guess like a Mai Tai kind of thing. That would probably be the way to go with the red jelly beans in the 151 proof rum. And then finally we have our disappeared Peeps. I guess if you're ever trying to hide the remains of Peeps, we know that they fully dissolve in bourbon, except for their little eyes. I do see those floating around in there. I don't know what those eyes are made of, but yet another reason I don't like Peeps. Let's see how this turned out. Still smells like bourbon, but with a little bit more vanilla note to it. Sweet, much sweeter than it normally would. It's interesting. So a lot of vanilla. So that marshmallow broken down completely in there and mixed in with the bourbon. You get a really rich, it's really thick, really heavy on the mouth, coating everywhere, sugar everywhere, and tons of vanilla. Very interesting flavor. I'm trying to, I don't know what kind of cocktail you could make with that. I'm sure there's some fun stuff out there, but nothing is jumping to the top of my mind right now. Because it's so thick and rich, I'd probably throw it on ice. If you like sweeter stuff, personally I wouldn't drink it. I'd just go back to the plain old bourbon myself. But somebody that doesn't like straight bourbon, that likes something a little bit sweeter, it's kind of like an old-fashioned, like a vanilla old-fashioned, I guess you could call it, and put a Peep next to it. Serve it up to your guests on Easter Sunday and see how grossed out they might be, especially if they get a couple eyes in their glass. But that's those are our fun Easter infusions. Look forward to hearing some feedback on what you think, what else you would like to see us do or try, or what you have done at home. I know a lot of people out there do infusions, so please let us know what you've been doing and what you want us to try in the future so we can make some more fun videos like this. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and tag a friend that you like to drink fun drinks with down below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.